Have you ever listened to someone speak and you just believed them? Not because they were loud or flashy, but because they just felt trustworthy. Well, today we're going to talk about the secret ingredient behind that feeling. We're talking about credibility, what it is, and exactly how you can build it.
Okay, listen to this sentence. It's simple, right? But it feels powerful. It has some real weight to it. So what is it? What makes a statement like this one land with such a genuine, authentic impact? So, that line comes from a speech about bullying. It was given by a student volunteer. Her name's Maya. And apparently, her speech totally captivated the entire audience. But here's the thing. It wasn't just what she said. It was all about how she presented her message. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. What made her so convincing? What was her secret? Turns out, it's a technique that people have been using for literally thousands of years. The answer is ethos. Ethos is all about appealing to credibility and trust. Seriously, think of it as the foundation that your whole message is built on. It's what makes an audience lean in and believe, not just in your words, but in you. It's the reason you trust a doctor's advice, or why you believe a mechanic when they tell you what's wrong with your car. So how did Maya pull this off? Let's actually go back and dissect her speech to see exactly how she built up our ethos piece by piece.
She started out so strong. Right from the get-go, she tells everyone she spent a whole year volunteering with a peer support program. Now, this isn't just an introduction, it's a direct claim to credibility. By drawing on her own personal, hands-on experience, she's basically saying, hey, I've been in the trenches. I've seen this stuff firsthand. You can trust what I'm about to tell you. And then she does something really, really smart. She pivots from her personal story straight to hard data. She doesn't just say bullying is a problem, she proves it. By quoting the National Center for Educational Statistics, she anchors her argument in objective fact. It shows everybody, hey, I've done my homework.
And this is where a single number just becomes incredibly powerful. 1 in 5. That's not just some statistic on a page, is it? It's a story. It makes the problem feel immediate and real and, frankly, way too big to ignore. And that's how you turn an abstract issue into something that feels urgent. So after hitting them with the data, she skillfully brings it right back to the personal. That phrase, from my experience, it's just so effective. It builds this bridge from her volunteer work to a lesson that we can all understand. It frames her not just as someone who's seen things, but as someone who's actually gained wisdom from it. And for the final touch, she connects her ideas to a wider community of knowledge. When she says experts agree, she's showing that her personal views aren't just her opinions, they're actually backed up by a broader consensus. So you see what she did? She built her credibility from every possible angle. Personal, statistical, and expert-backed. I mean, what a powerful combination. So that's the breakdown of how Maya did it. But the really great news here is that these aren't some kind of special tricks that only she can use. They are tools. And they're totally available for you to grab and put in your own communication toolkit.
Okay, this is definitely one to screenshot. Think of it as a practical guide for weaving credibility into pretty much anything you say. In your opening, you can ground yourself in experience or a credible source. As you're speaking, you can share what you've learned or call on experts. And that line about acknowledging other views, I respect that others might see this differently, but that one is absolutely crucial. It doesn't make your point weaker. It actually makes your ethos stronger because it shows you're fair and you've actually thought about other perspectives. And that makes you way more trustworthy.
All right, so we've seen the how, but let's just take one last moment to really focus on the why. Why does building this kind of trust matter so much in the first place?
Because at the end of the day, building ethos isn't about pretending you're the smartest person in the room. It is not about having all the answers. It's about showing your audience 3 simple things: that you're informed, that you're fair, and, this is the most important one, that you genuinely care about the topic and about them. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Whether you're giving a presentation at work, talking to your community, or, just having an important conversation with a friend, the next time you speak, how are you going to build trust?